Hello, Aries. This is your channel messages for the 17th of August. Aries, your channel message is overgrowth detected. All right, Aries, this reading is inspired by one of my big pussy viewers, whatever come from my blood clot channel, and they're upset because I am better than them in life. Anyways, Aries, now you're the emperor, okay? So you're the man in charge. Aries, I'm getting something about an overgrowth detected. What type of overgrowth? I'm getting a fungus. No, this is not Miss Medical Advice YouTube, but because I do have at least 7 years of pharmacology experience, this is why I'm going to talk about this topic right now. Aries, I'm getting an infected mushroom. Dealing with an infected mushroom. Okay, the mushroom is infected. All right. I don't know if you're eating a poisonous mushroom, something about mushrooms. All right. Now, when we talk about fungus, this is not Miss Medical Advice YouTube. What is fungus? Okay, no, fungus is not bacteria. Bacteria usually bacteria lives on, okay, when you have a bacteria in your body, your white blood cells respond. Okay, when it's antibacterial, when it's a bacteria, when it's an infection, it has to deal with your immune system. Fungus have nothing to do with your immune system. That's for bacteria, that's for infections, that's for anything, that's for like amoxicillin, that's for doxycycline. Any cillins, in case you're a medical student or you're studying pharmacology, when you hear the cillins, doxycycline, clindamycin, erythromycin, these are usually for infections. Now, fungus is not an infection, okay? Now, fungus is a member of a specific biological kingdom of eukaryotic organisms that include mushrooms, mold, and yeast. Usually, what causes fungus? Usually, it's a change in pH balance. It's a change in moist air. Fungus usually need moist areas to live. Bacteria don't need a moist area. It need a port of entry to infect a membrane or a tissue or a cell. All right. So usually when you have mold in your house, there's a fungus in your house. So I don't know if you just moved somewhere and everything was great, and as you move in, there's mold. There might be something happening with you. I don't know if somebody have a mushroom spell on you. Okay. Somebody also could have a tattoo of a mushroom. They might have like tattoo of mushrooms or something like that. I was hearing an infected mushroom. No, again, unlike plants, fungi do not have, fungus is more than one. Fungus is the plural. Fungi is one. So fungi do not have chlorophyll and cannot make their own food using sunlight. Instead, they absorb nutrients from dead or living matter. All right. So it's very hard. So in order to kill a fungus, you need to kill the source of the nutrients. Bacteria will just live in the blood, or it will live in any membrane. No. So beginning, first of all, you have a fungus, Aries. No, when we talk about fungus, because my dirty pussy viewer, along with some illiterate so-called doctors who trying to prescribe something that nigga apparently whichever medical school you went to, it probably wasn't as intelligent as the one I went to. So let me just decode this fuck, right? No, when we talk about fungus, there's different types of fungus, okay? For different type of medication cures different type of fungus, okay? What the first type of fungus we can talk about is like yeast infections. Those fungus usually make the vaginal or the penile area very swollen. It will itch, or it will feel like needles are sticking you. It feel very sensitive. It feel like you can't wear no underwear because it feel like, it feel like when you just shave and you have that prickly feeling. That's how it feel on your vagina or your dick. Now, sometimes it will cause discharge. The discharge will look like cottage cheese. It will look very white without a scent. Okay, so when you have fungus, yeast infection, that grow within the vaginal area or on the penile area, it's still a fungus. Now, when you have a yeast infection, that's not the same fungus as a skin infection. That's not the same fungus as a head infection. Okay, while we will, this is not Miss Medical Advice YouTube, but while professionals will use things like clotrimazole, miconazole for fungus that relates to the reproductive organs. When you have a skin fungus, when you have nail fungus, that's a totally different ball game. It takes longer to cure. The treatment lasts longer and the dosage are higher. So while we would use fluconazole, right, for vaginal fungus, for skin and nail fungus, we have forgot. Okay, actually, let me tell you why I'm end up doing this reading. Wait. I was hearing Nizoral. That's what happened. Me hear Nizoral. Yesterday, somebody's on Nizoral. Okay? So that means you have a skin fungus or you have toe fungus. That's the only time a client will take Nizoral. You don't take Nizoral for a yeast infection. Okay? And reoccurring yeast infections is the least of your problem when a fucker is walking around itching. So a fucker is walking around every day doing this. Nigga, you have a fungus. That's not eczema, sir. It's not eczema. When you have eczema, your skin will be cured by moisture. Eczema dry out the skin. That's why it causes it to be itchy. Nigga, you have a fungus. You have white flakes falling off your fucking skin. We're not sure how long you have this fucking fungus for, but what we do know, canistin can't help that. Canistin is used for like jock itch, not even jock itch. We will up their medication when it comes down to that, okay? So I'm getting something about you have a skin fungus or I'm getting you have a head fungus. You're probably a dirty pussy bitch who always goes to the fucking salon. You're probably one of those dirty pussy bitches who wear sewings. Or you're a dirty pussy bitch who don't wash your fucking head properly and you have a fungus in your fucking head now and that shit smell like cheese. Just like when men get athlete's foot, you don't use canistin for athlete's foot. You have to go higher. You have to go either ketoconazole or Nizoral. So before a fucker comes to you and try to blame a whole COVID-19 case on you, make sure that fucker know your educational background. I'm getting somebody has nail fungus, very dramatic. Nigga, you need ketoconazole, slut. And if you don't have nail fungus, I'm assuming you have skin fungus. You keep itching. Flakes are dropping off your blood clot skin. Okay, slut. So we don't know if this is the reason because you won't fucking bathe. We don't know if it's because you probably lean against something you're not supposed to lean against. We don't fucking know what the fuck happened. All we know is you're trying to blame a fucking fungus on somebody who was medically trained on how to cure funguses. Bitch, what? Bitch, why? Bitch, how? Yes, I'm getting a dirty pussy bitch who always in her braids. Or a dirty pussy bitch who always in sewings. Now you have a fucking head fungus. And your head smell like cheese. And you have a weird lesion in your head that it look very white. And you don't know what the fuck to do. I'm going to tell you what to the slut. You need to go to the fucking pharmacy and buy ketoconazole shampoo. You're going to wash your hair with that and leave it on the hair for 15 minutes and rinse it out. Bitch, you're going to do that 2 times a blood clot week. And then we're going to give you some fucking Nizoral tablets. And you're going to take one every day for at least a month and then go back to the doctor to see if the fungus has decreased. And if the fucking fungus is if the fucking fungus is smarter than you, we can't get Nizoral no more. We have to up it. We'll probably have to try fucking ketoconazole. We don't know. But what the fuck we do know is I'll be damned if a bitch try to blame any infection on me when bitch we have a medical background. Because suck out your big pussy blood clot mother. Anyways, let's go ahead and go into your reading, Aries. I don't know if you're a man dealing with this. I'm getting you to deal with jock itch. If you're not dealing with jock itch, moderate. You're a rich man. That's sir. Rich alone now cut it, sir. You have to be rich and nice. You have to be rich and communicative. Some of you just make a moderator because you're a rich man. That's the only thing you have to offer, sir. Being rich. So you should have said he's a nice man. You should have said I'm a godly man. Why you never tell me say he's a godly man? Sir, if you're so rich, why you up on YouTube? Or watch me. A rich man usually up on a yacht with bitches. Anyways, right, yeah. So Aries, I don't know if this is a misdiagnosis you had. Me getting you trying to treat a fungus. If it's nail fungus, them would only either use Nizoral drops. If the nail fungus is really bad, then we'll give you like a drop for use. No, usually once fungus is detected and you need blood. Blood is where the fungus is in. Okay, there's no fungus in your blood when you have a yeast infection. Dirty pussy, uneducated doctors. There's no yeast in your blood. That's an overgrowth of bacteria in a specific position of your body. When you have skin fungus, like ringworm. Ringworm would be a skin fungus. It looks like a worm. What else? There's usually patchy liver spots. You ever see people with liver spots, right? Me know it very predominant in the black community where you have discoloration of the skin, where usually black guys will have it and them skin look kind. It's spots on them skin what that's lighter than the rest of the skin. That's a fungus. Liver spot is a fungus. It's not acne. You need to know the difference. Me getting Aries. I don't know if you're an older man. Me getting something fungal is in your blood. Me getting head fungus or skin fungus. I don't know if you're not getting it treated. Eventually it going to go to your brain. Remember them says fungus is what killed Bob Marley. Remember, them said Bob Marley had a toe fungus. And he wanna amputate the foot. Okay, did you give him this or did you give him an antifungal tablet to take? Mr. Ask, or Bob Marley did say me don't want a tablet for take. Rasta don't believe in a tablet. Did you give him Nizaral? Did you give him ketoconazole tablets? No, you tell him to amputate. Why do you want to cut off him foot without treating it first? How far was the fungal infection? We're getting somebody's trying to, and first, and one of the, and you, so when you have fungus in your head, you hear fallout. It doesn't have to be chemotherapy. You hear a fallout, you have fungus in your head. That's why you lose your blood clot. That's why these bitches don't have edges. These bitches think them don't have edges because of tension and traction alopecia. Slut, you have a fungus in your blood clot head. That's why it won't fucking grow, slut. I don't mean to be very aggressive with my medical background, but sometimes you have to check a bitch when she feels like she can use propaganda against you. When, bitch, I have 7 years of medical blood clot experience. Anyways, Aries, the emperor. I don't know if having a fungus is very, maybe I have like at least foot, another type of fungus, you know. The powders, no, you need to use creams like ketoconazole cream, Nizaral cream. I would not suggest clotrimazole cream. I more suggest that for like jock itch, okay. And I know that when you have athlete's foot, your toe, your shoes smell cheesy, smell like cheese. That's how you know when a man clean. Anytime a man come over your yard, or I don't know if you take off your clothes, once you can smell him socks or him foot, and once him can take off him shoes and the house not scent up, yeah, that person don't have a sign of any type of fungal activity on them foot. Usually your foot will, between your toes, it's like a strip. It take a look like the skin is stripping. So me don't know, me getting so maybe you used to deal with a man with poor hygiene and him have fungus everywhere. Him have oral thrush. Babies get that all the time. Sometimes when you don't clean the baby's tongue properly, you're supposed to be cleaning your baby tongue, right? Babies don't have teeth. You clean the baby mouth. Come I know some only don't even take a shower 2 times a day. You're supposed to buy glycerine and put it in a one nice, very soft rag and clean off the baby tongue. The baby is drinking breast milk every fucking day. All that bacteria is in the baby's mouth. You have to use something and clean it. You have to clean it out with glycerine. Very, very sweet. Babies will get fungus a lot. Then will get oral thrush. That's a fungus in the mouth. It's caused by overgrowth of bacteria due to the fucking breast milk. And the babies don't wash out their mouth. You have to wet a cloth and put it over your finger so and dip it in glycerine, and you have to put it in the baby mouth and wipe it. Sometimes I say all of the white things that come off. So I don't know if fungus is in your blood. It could be in your blood from you were a baby. We don't know. We're getting something. First of all, you just need to know that skin fungus, nail fungus, and a yeast infection is not the same fungus. It's not the same bacteria. Clotrimazole is not used for Nizaral. Nizaral is not used for ketoconazole. Okay. So again, I feel like a fucker wanted to blame something on you, but apparently their educational background was very fucking limited. Let's go ahead and go into your reading, Aries. We're getting somebody to take Nizaral. So we're getting we're getting fungus in the blood. Something might ooze out of somebody's skin. When you have fungus in the blood, it shows up on your skin. You don't have clear skin with fungus. That doesn't work. You don't have fungus in the blood and your hair will grow. Fungus will take your blood clot here. It will take your skin too. And once it starts growing in your brain, then just know you're going to start get very schizophrenic. And then eventually you're going to die. Let's go. fuck out of here. This big pussy fucking bitch who always wearing fucking braids gonna talk about fungus. Bitch, your head full of blood clot fungus. You know, wash your head in a blood clot 3 months. Your head smell like cheese. That's a build up of fucking fungus. And usually pneumonia is usually caused by water on the lungs. Yeah, fungus. When water is present somewhere, when the lungs is moist, when your house moist, it creates mold. Mold is another fungus, but it's caused, it's not back. The mold that's on the wall is not the same fungus that live inside of you for Nizoral and ketoconazole. That will kill you. That's toxic. So that the house, the reason why there's mold in the house is because of hot and cold. The house is not cooled properly, or it's temperature control. That's why you have mold. Let's go. Aries the Emperor. Again, I don't know if you're going to a doctor, you get misdiagnosis. The doctor tell you say you have skin fungus or you have nail fungus. What them a give you? Fuckery them a give you. Right. Them not getting Nizoral. Them not get, you have skin fungus, okay. Did they give you ketoconazole shampoo for take a shower with 2 times a week? No. Okay, what them tell you for though? Them tell you for use Olay. Continue to use Olay. Let's go. First card out is we have Mercury. Mercury rules communication, Gemini, and Virgo. I'm getting something about one of these people have a fungus. We have demon. Yeah. It's an infected mushroom. It's not a fucking demon. Demons don't cause fungus. Demons cause possession. So I don't know which demonic bitch who here smell like fucking cheese in her fucking sewing is trying to come for you. Because that's fucking crazy. Let's continue. We also have a number 6. Yeah, 6 is a sacrifice. And fungus slowly kill you. Fungus progress, you know, it's a progression of it. You don't have fungus and you just drop dead one day. There's going to be signs and symptoms. You will start to even have very irrational behavior. Your speech will slow down. You have bacteria inside of you. That does not require antibiotic. You have nail fungus and your doctor give you a fucking antibiotic. Bitch, where you study? McGill University? Where the fuck you study? You give antibiotic for fungus. What? Where you give amoxicillin? Bitch, you give clindamycin. Bitch, you give doxycycline. No, let me tell you what you give. You give erythromycin. You probably could have give bitch, you never gave what you're supposed to give. Let's go. We also have Taurus. Yeah, are you trying to blame something on a Taurus? So say Taurus has a fungal infection. Your mother pussy infection fungal. That's why you fucking for doing. That's why our pussy. That's why anytime she fucking have fuck is powder. The mother pussy full of fucking fungus. Right? We have Taurus here. One more. We also have Leo. Yeah, I'm getting something. I'm getting something is in. I was hearing Nizoral. I'm gonna say Nizoral. Who depend Nizoral? Nizoral, you have fungus. You have head, skin, or nail fungus. That's not yeast infection. Nizoral. No. And it's even worse when your kids have fungus. Your kid them have head fungus, but you no longer take for cure like 3 to 6 months. And you have to take the medication every fucking day. Okay, so don't let propaganda, nasty pussy bitches or bitches who head hasn't been washed in a week try to blame something on you, bitch. You're more than qualified, Aries. And if you're not qualified, guess what? Your wife is Taurus. Your wife is the Emperor. So even if you feel like it's your fault, your wife is going to come to reassure you that Aries, it never started with you. Something didn't start with you. Okay, let's go. So yeah, being someone's a walking blood clot infected mushroom. That's what the fuck they are. Remember that fungus itch. It's a clear sign that you have a skin fungus. It itch. Okay, usually when you have fungus on your nails, toe fungus, usually you lose a nail head. The nail will drop the fuck off. It'll become brown. Let's go. So it's hard for somebody to blame you or having any type of fungal infection when you have great hair and great skin. That's the 2 conditions that cannot be there for fungus to live in your blood. Can't be in your blood. No way possible. No way you can be a walking person with fungal antibodies in your blood and your hair still a grow. Fungus are gonna shut down hair production. It's also going to shut down skin reproduction. This is not Miss Medical Advice YouTube. I just had to check some medical people who thought that they were bigger than the blood clot program. Let's go. Sweetie, I've studied with Dr. Shankar at the Yale University. What the fuck do I look like? Your mother? Let's go. First card out is the Four of Cups. Yeah, so I'm getting something about isolation. Are you isolating because you have a fungus? What kind of fungus you have? You only, it's not yeast infection. You have to penetrate somebody without a condom to catch that. I'm getting something about self-isolation, quarantined. Are you quarantined because you have a fungus? Maybe you have to leave school or something where your child leave. I'm getting you have to leave, basically. And then you have a fungus inside of you and you drink alcohol. You just want to see a grave very fast. You're drinking it, you're slowing down your liver while you have a fungal infection in your blood. Okay, so the Four of Cups. I'm getting isolation. Now, usually when people have fungus, skin fungus, head fungus, you self-isolate them until treatment is finished because you don't want them to cross-contaminate, which also means you don't share towels. Somebody can't say you have a blood clot fungus inside of you when them dry off with the same blood clot towel what you use. When you don't share soap, you cannot share utensils. You have to quarantine when you have fungus, especially if the client is on Nizoral. That means you have to be in one separate room. You have to wash your sheets with hot water. You can't share sheets. You can't share clothes. You can't share soap. You can't share rag. You can't share combs. Can't use the same comb in the head. It will cause a fungal transfer. So again, I'm not sure what the fuck somebody want to blame on you when it seems like you're not infected anybody else. That means the fungus is not present in the blood. Four of Cups, you're being isolated. We also have the Two of Swords. I don't know if you're isolated and you're having confusion. I know fungus in the brain will cause confusion thoughts. It will cause you to act very schizophrenic. You feel like you lose your sanity because the fungus will deteriorate if it's going in the brain. And then again, your hair will start fall out. We also have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, also your energy levels going to drop. You have fungus in your body. How is it that you have so much energy with a fungal infection? That doesn't work. Because fungus don't affect the immune system. That's for bacteria. That's for white blood cells. Fungus will go in your body undetected. It don't live on blood cells. It live on membrane. I was, wait, hold on. Also, I know that when you're a diabetic patient, when you're diabetic, and your intake, this is not Miss Medical Advice YouTube, but I do know when you're diabetic, as a man or a woman, and you eat a lot of sugar, you will get yeast infection. So if you notice you have a reoccurring yeast infection, come on for the sweets. Put on the cake, put on the takis, the fucking takis where you have blood clot by, put it down. It'll cause you to have fucking reoccurring yeast infection. Put on the takis, put on the fucking cake, put on all the sweet things them. You need to get rid of it for at least a week. You're gonna notice your pussy gonna smell different. Or your dick gonna have a different scent. Maybe you're diabetic. Diabetic people are more prone to yeast infections. Them don't have fungus inside of them. Remember, them will always I hear doctors in the past say that sugar is a great playing field for fungus. Them love sugar. So maybe I don't know if you're diabetic, maybe you're an older woman, maybe you're very clean, you don't have sex, or if you have sex, you only have sex with your partner and you get a yeast infection and your partner say you cheat on them. Maybe you're diabetic. You need to test your glucose level. If your glucose level high, you never fuck anybody else while your partner have a yeast infection because he had sex with you unprotectedly. These are overgrowth in bacteria in your vagina based on the fact that you're diabetic. I always see older people, older women, like when in my pharmacy days, they would come in for buy canistin. I'm say, but them women are old, who give them infection, them diabetic. So it has nothing to do with you being dirty. We also have the page, the We have the Page of Wands and we have the Three of Pentacles. Yeah. I'm getting something about a group of women. The one of them are fungus. I don't know what them are share. Are they sharing sanitary napkins? What you share? I'm getting something about a group of women. I don't know. I feel like a group of women was trying to blame something on you. It could be a group of doctors or nurses. I'm getting something about self-isolation. You have to isolate yourself because you're infected. Infected with what? With a fucking fungus? Okay. If you're infected with a fungus, what type? Skin? Nail? What kind of fungus? And if you do have a fungus, why is it that your skin not breaking out? Why your hair still a grow? They can't answer that fucking question because somebody never went to fucking medical school. Bitch, you went to troll school. Your job is for troll. It's not for have a fucking education. Even if these are doctors, even if this was a doctor who said, yeah, this is no, the fuck it wasn't. Slut. Ringworm is not a worm. Ringworm is a fungus. It's not a worm. You use ketoconazole on ringworm. It gone in 2 days. You don't use antibacterial. You don't use polysporin. You don't use that on ringworm. A ringworm is not a worm, bitch. It looks like a worm. It looks like a circle. It's fungus. You can try, no, I don't like clotrimazole. You can try ketoconazole or Nizoral cream. Usually that's more stronger. No, usually anything fungal except for fluconazole is you have to have a prescription. So if you're having a but some people, when they have some type of skin infections, nail infections, they will go and get fluconazole 150 and they will take it once a week until the symptoms go away. Now, maybe you notice that you're a girl and you keep having reoccurring yeast infections. It's not your blood. It's something that's maybe you need to buy if you're having reoccurring yeast infections where you always have yeast infections, you need to buy, I don't remember what name, you have to buy this gel for inserting in your vagina for 7 days. It's gonna reset the juices in your vagina. After that, you will never have a reoccurring yeast infection again. You need to buy, I don't remember what name. It's sell at pharmacies and Walmart. You have to buy the pH corrector and insert it inside of you for 7 nights. I'm getting, you see, after that, you will never smell away. Because baby, something smell funky. You don't smell fishy. If it smells fishy, it cannot be fungal. Fishy, when it smells fishy, it's not a yeast infection. That's BV. That's bacterial vaginosis. Usually, you need metronidazole for that. Okay, you can't use no insert cream for that. You have to go to a doctor for the doctor first prescribe. Usually, if a girl come in, I don't know what the doctor them are prescribed for, you know. But I know when you come into the pharmacy and once you say, I'm having discharge, it's watery, it clear, or it's scent, or it's green, or it's yellow, and it have fish, metronidazole 1-3 times a day for 1 week. And you can pair that with a miconazole insert cream. I don't know what the doctors prescribe for you here when it comes down to your reproductive health. But I'm getting, even if they're trying to blame you for being a so-called host, because fungus need a host. Bacteria don't deal with hosts. Bacteria infect anywhere that is a port of entry for infect. You need a host. The fungus have to live in one host. And it will live in the host for years. But the host will get deteriorated. So yeah, I'm getting, it's probably a group of bitches who don't have education properly, especially medicinally. And they're trying to say something about something fungal. And even if you're fungal, you won't smell anything. So bitches can't say, I smell her and she smell bad. Fungus don't carry scent. Not unless it's athlete's foot. If it's a head fungus, your head going to smell like cheese. Like these bitches with sewings in. When the head smell cheesy, your fungus. That's why your head smell that way. I ain't keep her to this every fucking day. You want me to argue with a bitch who inbraids and her head smell like cheese? That's who you want me to argue with. Bitch, I've studied with Yale University. Bitch, I studied with the University of Colorado, sweetheart. It may have been online, but bitch, I've studied with these people. What do I look like arguing with a bitch who don't wash her hair every fucking week? Bitch, your hair prone to blood clot infections. Actually, it's prone to overgrowth of fucking bacteria. That's what I should fucking put it. Yeah, Aries. So I'm getting, I don't know what the fuck the lie was, but it was a lie started by some group of bitches who probably have head fungus. Okay? So you need to go ahead and go to the doctor to treat that fucking fungus, or you need to continue to self-isolate. And some of these bitches have funguses going to salons. And because you not take care of yourself, when the salon owner look upon your blood clot head, the salon, the whole of the tools for the salon owner use, the brush and the comb, that's up a dash way. That can't boil in hot water. Your clients are coming in with fungus in them head. So maybe the fungus started at a salon. It could be a barber shop. If you ever go to a barber shop and you come home and the lines around your head bumpy, like them just cut your hair and it have bump, what blister up is fungus you catch. Them never clean them shit properly. Me getting a head fungus, is a skin fungus. That's what I was hearing. The mushroom infected. But yeah, when you're infected with fungus, your skin is not clear. You will never have flawless skin. Bitch, you will never have your hair not gonna grow. When you do this, it'll come out in clumps. Like Bob Marley hair. That wasn't coming out in clumps because of so-called chemotherapy. It was because of the fungus. But I don't know a fungus killing anybody that fast. From the foot, it went from the foot to the head. It went into the bloodstream. Then he had brain fungus. And nobody gave him nobody never gave him Nizoral, ketoconazole. Bob Marley never wash him locks with ketoconazole shampoo 3 times a week. Leave it on for 15 minutes at a time. Nobody never part Bob Marley locks and rub some ketoconazole cream in it. No. You just tell him to cut off him foot. Okay, I'm just saying, y'all try to blame a Jamaican for fungus once, you're not going to do it again. Because unlike Bob Marley, this motherfucker is a fucking medical student. So you need to know who the fuck you point your finger on, bitch. Make sure your credentials match up. I'm going to leave it here, Aries. We're going to the next reading, so I will be back.